You never reach your full potential because you settle. You say that this is fine. This is all I can do. And this is all I can get. You never really follow your dream. Because you don't believe for a minute that that dream is ever going to come true. To have a vision of a person you wish to spend the rest of your life with. And not settle. Why does that not happen? Because you don't believe you'll get it. You don't even think you deserve it. And hence it doesn't come. If you think that this is all, I'm good, this is fine, I'll settle. I wanted a tall guy with a 6-figure salary and a, slim figure, but I'll settle for this bald, short fellow with a 3-figure salary. Why do you need to settle for anything? Because you think that you're not good enough. In some way, at some point, inside you, somewhere, you think that, this is not for me. I'm just not that kind of person. It's not going to happen. You pass by a house. Every day you look at it from outside. You say, I wish I could live in that. But that's not for me. Never going to happen. How can it come in my destiny? I'm only a clerk and cashier at Walmart. Never going to happen. When you're young and you're asked what do you want to be when you grow up, most kids say, I want to be a ballerina. I want to be a bus driver. And if you ask really small children, they'll tell you the strangest careers. But truthfully, we settle into our careers based on what we don't want to do. Eliminate this, eliminate that, eliminate that. Okay, what's left? Okay, fine, this will work. Might as well do this, I'll make a little money, it's fine. I'll get by. Because you're too scared to pursue a dream. I have a friend, school friend in India, and came from a Parsi family. Parsis are I don't know if you heard of Zoroastrians. Parsis are a group in India. They had the School of Commerce and they ran coaching classes and their family business was that. But the son wanted to dance. His name is Shamak. He wanted to dance. And his parents were like, oh my God, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? You're going to break our hearts. Who's going to do the business? Who's going to do the family business? He went somehow, persuaded his parents, went to London, learned how to dance, came back and established a school of dance. He had 5-6 students. Okay. Still people looked down on him. They called him this, they said, I think, he's that type, meaning he's homosexual. They called him all kinds of names. What dance, what kind of a career, what kind of a profession is this? Today, this Shamak Davar is the ultimate name in dance in India. He is so wealthy, he can buy half of Bombay up. He can literally, every Bollywood movie has got, everybody is Shamak Davar trained. We've learned from Shamak Davar, we've learned from Shamak Davar. It's become a household name. And this was the guy whose parents said, Arey, what to do? This fellow is like useless fellow, wants to go dancing. Dancing is for girls. What is he doing dancing? Nobody believed he could do it. It was not a very good career. Had he listened to his parents and his friends and everyone around him, he would be doing something he absolutely hated and not giving vent to the side of him that was creative and that was different. If you don't take a risk, then you won't get the payoff. You know that, right? You know that in terms of finance. Why is it that all these in the 20s and 30s, these American businessmen completely took off? I mean, whether it was railways, I even saw a house in Newport, Rhode Island, where the guy sold safety pins and made the money. You know, their preoccupation was with the money. I will make the money. This is a great idea. I will make the money. Railroads will connect people and I will make the money. It was a complete obsession and a 100% faith and belief that this was going to work in their lives. And so it did. And the rest of us mediocre people, we don't believe we can do it. It's okay. South Indians are good for just paper pushing, you need to get a job. You can't do business. Business is for Gujaratis. We have all these mental concepts in India. Because a Gujarati, she belongs to that community. Gujaratis do business. South Indians are clerks and accountants and, that kind of thing. You have an idea in your head, what you can do and what you shouldn't do. Today, if you go down into the south, into the main cities, the kind of entrepreneurship that you see is wonderful. People are branching out into their own business and following their heart. Doing what they... Because if you do something that is aligned to the stars, the universal energies, the results are always better. And if you're always unhappy in whatever you're doing, then that's how it's going to be right through your life. You're going to just remain in that state of always wanting, never liking yourself, never liking the day, going through the day as if it's a drudgery, not waking up in the morning and say, okay, today is the day. Today is the day. I can tell you, 5 years back, the biggest chore for me was to get out of bed. Like, oh Lord, one more day. What's the point of a life where you're not excited about what you're doing? There's got to be excitement. In India, your lives are very wound up around your husband. So when your husband passes away, you feel as if this is the end. This is the end. You can't do anything more. So my mother was all of 60 years when she lost her husband. Very young. But she didn't know how to drive. She didn't even know how to write a check. Everything was done for her. She was a queen in her home. And now she was completely lost because she had never, for her, it was just running the household, looking after the children, which was everything. And then it was her husband after retirement. About 5 years ago, she got tired of all of us never taking the time to teach her how to use a computer. We kept telling her, Mom, it's too much, forget about it. It's not going to work. But I did leave a computer with her. One day she got tired. She called the helpline and she said, I'm an old lady and I want to learn to use the computer. So this young man called Syed came, calls her Party affectionately and lovingly, And he took her step by step, set her up with her Gmail and her Facebook and Skype. Within 6 months, she's now the master of WhatsApp, sending me videos. So who says you can't grow, you can't learn? Who says? Who says you can't transform your life at any given moment of your life? Who says that you can't be happy? Who has decided that for you? It is because people don't tap into their own potential. It is because people don't love themselves that they get into such horrible habits. I was watching the Jimmy Kimmel show yesterday, and every person they interviewed on the streets of LA had a medical marijuana license. Permit. What is it? Makes me feel good for a while. Pornography. Do you know how many hits those sites get? Makes you feel good for a while. But does it make you love yourself? See, if you love yourself and if you're happy, you don't need anything else to make you happy. Not a pill, not a drink, not a joint, not beautiful women, whatever it is that they're watching on these sites. You are happy. You don't need anything. It's a feeling of living a completely full life, achieving your full potential, loving yourself. We don't love ourselves, yet we expect the whole world to love us. It begins with loving yourself. It begins with telling yourself you're worth it. You can do this. You're fantastic. The other day we did that exercise when you had to praise yourself. And you had to think. Because in a day, there are not many times that we sit and praise ourselves. Or realize, what are we doing that's really good? And if somebody tells you, oh, your talks are really helping me. And I say, oh, no. Why can't I say, really? Wonderful, I'm so happy. Isn't that true when you get a compliment? Your hair is looking beautiful. Oh, no. Because my hair, beautiful. Oh my God, I've looked at myself in the mirror 5 minutes ago. It was looking horrible. Look at those grey streaks. What are you talking about? We don't love ourselves enough. And that's why we abuse ourselves. Because if we abuse ourselves, then that first thought that we don't deserve our love is valid. We're validating whatever we're putting into our subconscious. So you abuse yourself. You drink like anything. You smoke like anything. You have pot. You do all the rubbish that you have to do and say, anyway, I'm not worth it. Anyway, I'm useless. What's the big difference? Half this country has got a problem of some sort. If it's not drink, it's drugs. And it's huge. It's huge. And because of all their problems, they can't hold on to their jobs. And they're disgruntled. And then they just think that if they change the president, it'll all be solved. Once the president changes, and they have a president that they like, then immediately they will love themselves, they will give up their habit, they will keep their jobs, they will make lots of money. Have they ever thought even once where the problem begins and where the solution lies? It all starts and ends with yourself, with me. The buck stops here. I am my biggest problem. I create my problems because I send messages to myself. that are nasty, that don't bring out the best in me, that don't have an idea about what I am. Because I'm not just this job, I'm not just a wife, I'm not just a body. I am so much more, and I'm capable of so much more. And no matter what you do, you collect garbage, or you're selling safety pins and you're a millionaire, you do it understanding what value you are to society, that you're giving to others. And when you do that and you have a sense of fulfillment and a sense of happiness, you can work 18 to 20 hours a day tirelessly and not feel the fatigue and not feel the stress. You'd be participating wholly in your life. So go home today and write down a list of things you say to yourself that bring you down. Your greatest enemy, not that person who says things to you, not your husband, not your children, but you. It's the messages you give to yourself. It's the drudgery that you accept as part of your fate. That's what holds you back. You can reach for the skies with a smile on your face, or you can remain miserable for the rest of your life. The choice is yours. And the blessing is that of the divine.